Hi guys, it's Miss Anna with the Pembroke Pines Art and Cultural Department. Today I have a fun project for you and we're going to be using something very interesting to make it. Guess what? We're going to be using yarn. All right, so we're going to be using black yarn. You can use any color yarn you have at home. You can use purple yarn, blue yarn, red yarn, pink yarn, whatever color you have. If you don't have yarn and you want to do the project, you can use a black marker, okay? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting a long piece of yarn. If you want to know how long to cut it the length of your body. Measure your body in yarn and cut your piece of yarn. Then we're going to make in a little container, we're going to mix some Elmer's glue with water. Just maybe like half Elmer's glue, half water. Mix it up real good, and you're gonna put the yarn that you've cut for yourself, which is the length of your body, you're gonna put it in the glue, and you're gonna mix it up in the glue. Let it sit there for a little bit. Then we're gonna take a blank sheet of paper, and you're going to loop the yarn, making loops, okay? It's gonna look at the end something like this. You're gonna put it outside to dry, and then you're gonna come back and color within those loops different colors. I want you to put at least 2 colors in each of the loops. So I want you to mix colors. I want you to blend colors. I want you to put one color on top of the other color. If you don't have watercolors at home, you can use Crayola markers. You can color in with the Crayola markers, and you can put water over it with a brush and it turns into a watercolor. Make sure you use a paper that is thick enough to hold the water, all right? So let's get started, and we're gonna go over it step by step, all right? Okay, remember we're gonna cut that string the length of our body. We want a really long string. Then we're gonna add a little bit of glue to a container. And then we're going to add about the same amount of water to glue. We're going to mix that up. You can use the back of your brush or a straw or anything you have around. Mix it up really good so that the glue mixes with the water. You don't want it too watery. Next, we're going to take our yarn and put it in our container with the glue water mixture. You're going to mix it up really good. You want to coat the yarn with all of the glue. You don't want to leave some bits without glue because then it won't stick to your paper. Make sure that you move it around and get all that glue on all the little pieces of your yarn. All right, here comes the fun part. You're going to take your yarn, you might want to stand up for this, and you're going to make loops on your paper with your yarn. You're just guiding your yarn onto the paper, and we're going to leave it there to let it dry. So keep twirling that yarn. The more loops you have, the more interesting your artwork is going to be. Keep going. And remember to wash your hands afterwards. Here's our completed piece. Now we're going to put it outside to dry. Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, now as you can see, my artwork has dried. The string that we put glue on has dried on the paper. I just left it outside for maybe like an hour or so, and it's completely dry, completely hard. Here's the second sample. Okay, so now we're going to use watercolors, and we're going to blend different colors inside each of the spots. So I want you to experiment with color, see what happens when you put two colors together. When you blend one color going into another color, you can add water to your spot first, then add a dab of that color and see the color explode. If you don't have watercolors, you can use watercolor-based markers like Crayolas. You can color a little bit inside the area and add water to it, and they act just like watercolors, okay? So let's get started. So as you can see, I started adding color to my loops. I try to at least add 2 colors to each circle or shape. So I start with a color, I add a lot of water to that color, and then I grab a different color and blend them in together. It helps if you have a lot of water on your brush. Also, try and get into all those little nooks and crannies. It's perfect because the yarn does not let you make a mistake. You're going to go right up to the yarn and add your color. Okay, as you can see, we're almost done. We just need a couple of spaces to fill in. Make sure that you do the outside edges of your paper as well. Also, make sure that you clean your brush when you change colors. You don't want your colors to get muddy. You want your colors as bright as possible. Ta-da! Your masterpiece is complete. Thanks for joining me.